See some homework questions. First was given to you, calculate molar mass of the following. So as previously we have solved by calculating the molecular mass. We will solve like that only here also. So here if you see the molecular mass of HCl will be equal to, the atomic mass of H is 1 U plus atomic mass of Cl is 35.5 U, which will be equal to 36 U. So molar mass will be equal to 36 gram. From 36 U we have got 36 gram. How? When we multiply 36 U, when we solve 36 U for converting it into molar mass into gram, we have to take this value 36 and we have to multiply it with 6.022 into 10 to the power 23, that is Avogadro number, into 1.67 sorry into 10 to the power minus 24, then we will get 36 gram. So we are not going to that method directly. By replacing U with gram, we will get the exact value of, that is molar mass of HCl. Okay, now nitric acid. So here also we will see molecular mass of HNO3, that is 1 U, that is atomic mass of hydrogen, plus atomic mass of nitrogen 14 U plus 3 into atomic mass of oxygen, that is 16 U. And when you add up 1 plus 14 plus 3 into 16, it is 48. 1 U plus 14 U plus 48 U, we will get here how much? 63 U. So molar mass of HNO3 will be equal to 63 gram. Okay. Now second question given was, what is the mass of 4 moles of aluminum atom? So I told you to use the equation number of moles. This is the simplest method. If you know the equation, you can comfortably just put the value and get the mass. Okay, so number of atom is equal to given mass by molar mass. So mass of here aluminum atoms and molar mass of aluminum atom. Okay, so number of moles is given, that is 4 moles is equal to mass we have to calculate. So we will just write here mass of aluminum atom divided by molar mass of aluminum atom. So if you calculate the molar mass of aluminum atom, it will come around 27 gram. So you can just solve this equation. We will get 4 into 27 will be equal to mass of aluminum atom, and or we will get here 108 gram is equal to mass of aluminum atom. So mass of aluminum atom, how much we have got? 108 gram. Okay, similarly we will do for 0.2 moles of oxygen atoms. So number of moles is equal to mass of oxygen atom divided by molar mass of oxygen atom. So number of moles is given here, how much? 0.2 moles is equal to mass, you have to find out, divided by molar mass of oxygen atom. how much is the molar mass of oxygen atom? It would be 16 gram. So 16 gram. So when you solve this, 0.2 into 16 is equal to the mass of oxygen atom, and you will get here 3.2 gram is equal to mass of oxygen atom. So mass of oxygen atom is equal to 3.2 gram in 0.2 moles. Okay, so this was about that. The third one is 0.5 moles of water molecules. Okay, so here also number of moles is equal to mass of H2O molecule divided by molar mass of H2O. Okay, so number of moles, how much is it is given? 0.5. So 0.5 moles is equal to mass you have to calculate. So we'll write as it is, H2O molecule divided by molar mass of H2O. If when we calculate molar mass of H2O, it will come around how much? 18 gram. So when you solve this, 0.5 into 18 is equal to mass of H2O, and you will get here 9 gram is equal to the mass of water. Okay, so answer is how much? 9 gram of H2O is present in 0.5 moles of water or H2O molecules. So that's how you can calculate. Next one is chlorophyll, the green coloring matter of plants responsible for the photosynthesis, contains 2.68% of magnesium by mass. Calculate the number of magnesium atoms in 2.00 gram of chlorophyll. As previously I explained you that here you have to calculate number of magnesium atom in 2 gram of chlorophyll, and you know that the chlorophyll is the green coloring pigment or the matter of any green plant, and it is responsible for the photosynthesis. So chlorophyll contains an important metal in it, that is magnesium metal. So here chlorophyll contains 2.68% of magnesium by mass. So percentage mass of magnesium is given, that is 2.68%. Also the total mass of the chlorophyll sample is given, that is 2 gram. Now you have to calculate number of magnesium atoms. So for calculating number of magnesium atom, you have to first calculate mass of magnesium atoms in 2 gram of chlorophyll. Okay, so first, because we know if we see the given things in the question, so here percentage mass of Mg is given, that is 2.68%, and total mass of chlorophyll sample is also given, that is 2 gram. Okay, so by these two values, how we'll calculate the mass of magnesium atom? So here there is a formula, you know, that percentage mass of magnesium, a percentage by mass of the magnesium atom is equal to mass of magnesium atom divided by total mass of chlorophyll into 100. Okay, now what do you know in this equation? What are the values? You know the mass of magnesium atom. You also know total mass of chlorophyll. So we can calculate mass of magnesium atom easily from this equation. So we'll just put the values. Percentage mass of magnesium atom is given 2.68. So 2.68 is equal to mass of magnesium we have to calculate. So we'll write as it is, mass of Mg atom divided by total mass of chlorophyll sample is also given 2 gram. So we'll write 2 gram into 100. When we'll solve this equation, it will go like that: 2.68 into 2 gram divided by 100 is equal to mass of magnesium atom. And when you solve this one, you will get the value 0.0536 gram is equal to mass of magnesium atom. Okay, so now we know mass of magnesium atom. Then we can calculate the number of magnesium atom by again using the equation called number of magnesium atoms is equal to mass of magnesium divided by molar mass of magnesium into Avogadro number of Mg atoms. Okay, so mass of magnesium we have already calculated. We got 0.0536 gram divided by molar mass of magnesium. If you calculate, it will come 24 gram into Avogadro number of magnesium atom. Avogadro number value is 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 magnesium atoms. Okay, so when you solve this, you will get around 0.0134 into 10 to the power 23 atoms, which could be written as, if you shift two values, 1.34 into 10 to the power 21 atoms. So number of magnesium atoms in 2 gram of chlorophyll is equal to 1.34 into 10 to the power 21 atoms. Okay, so how we have calculated? First we have calculated mass of magnesium atom by using the equation percentage by mass formula, and as soon as we get the mass of magnesium atom, we have calculated number of magnesium atom by using the equation mass of magnesium divided by molar mass into Avogadro number. Okay, so we have got the correct value here. Okay, now the second question is, for the reaction CaO plus 2HCl give rise to CaCl2 plus H2O. Okay? Here calcium oxide reacts with 2HCl, give rise to calcium oxide reacts with 2HCl and gives rise to calcium chloride plus water. As during the explanation I told you, here the calcium chloride is the main product. Okay, and water is just as a byproduct here, which can be removed, okay, by evaporation. Now 1.23 gram of calcium oxide is reacted with excess of HCl as in written in the reaction, and 1.85 gram of calcium chloride is formed. Okay, so when In the reaction, the weight of calcium chloride is taken 1.23 gram, and when it is reacted with 2HCl, it gave the weight of CaCl2 as 1.85 gram. So product mass we have got 1.85 gram. Now what is the percentage yield? So here it is asking the percentage of production of CaCl2. So as you know that to calculate percentage yield of CaCl2, we should know the value of theoretical yield. That is, during the calculation method, calculation method, how much mass of CaCl2 has been calculated. That would be your theoretical yield of CaCl2, and the actual yield, that is practical yield, we have got 1.85 gram. So what is the percentage of production of CaCl2 has happened when we compare it with the theoretical yield and when we calculate the percentage out of it. Okay, so one basic knowledge you should have, that whenever you are dealing with a question having a reaction, chemical reaction written in that, then always see the reaction whether it is balanced or not. If you write a reaction CaO plus 2HCl, which will give you CaCl2 plus H2O. So when you are dealing a question which make use of the chemical equation, then always see whether the chemical equation or chemical reaction is balanced or not. If it is not balanced, immediately balance the equation, chemical equation, and then try to solve it. Okay, because the balanced chemical equation gives you the exact mass of the reactant, and it has been used, and exact mass of product has been formed or produced. Okay, so always try to balance it. If it is not balanced, we'll see here whether the chemical equation is balanced or not. So here you can see there is one calcium, here also one calcium, here there is one oxygen, here also one oxygen. There in the reactant side there are two hydrogen, and here in product side also we have two hydrogen, and here we have two chlorine atoms. So here also we have two chlorine atoms. So the reactant side element and reactants and product are same in product atoms are same in number. So we can just say that the chemical equation whatever is given in the question is balanced. Now we will move further. So for calculating the theoretical yield, as I told you, that we have to first calculate what is the mass of CaCl2 should be produced when 1.23 gram of calcium oxide is reacted with excess of HCl. So for that you need to first calculate the molar mass of calcium oxide and molar mass of calcium chloride. Okay, so here if we see molar mass of calcium oxide, when you calculate molar mass of calcium oxide, when you calculate here, how will you calculate? You have to make use of the molecular mass method, and you can just calculate the molar mass of CaO. So molar mass, if you calculate, it will come around 56 gram, and molar mass of CaCl2 comes around 111 gram. Okay, so here we have got 56 gram, and here we have got 111 gram. So from these two values we can write one equation as 56 gram of CaO, okay, that is 1 mole of CaO when reacted with excess of HCl produces 111 gram of CaCl2. Okay, understood? So now in the practically in laboratory we have used 1.23 gram of CO. So we will write, so 1.23 gram of CaO when reacted with same excess of HCl should produce, we'll use the unitary method, 1.23 gram into 111 gram divided by 56 gram, which will come 2.438 gram of CaCl2. Okay, so 2.438 gram of CaCl2 is produced when we use 1.23 gram of calcium oxide with excess of HCl. So this value is nothing but your theoretical yield. Okay, so now we know the value of theoretical yield. Now we can easily find out the percentage yield of CaCl2. So we will write as percentage yield of CaCl2 is equal to actual yield of CaCl2 divided by theoretical yield of CaCl2 into 100. Now what is the actual yield of CaCl2? It is given in the question. Actual yield when practically we got 1.85 gram of CaCl2. We will write 1.85 gram, and theoretical yield we have just now calculated, it is 2.438 gram, okay, into 100. So if we solve this, we will get around 75.88%. So we have got 75.88% of CaCl2, which shows that it is so it shows that theoretical element when we calculated the mass of CaCl2 production in paper, just in calculation it came 2.43 gram, but actually when we did, we got 1.85 gram of calcium chloride. So this much difference is there in the production. The product value, the mass of product value, whatever we got, it is lesser. That's why the percentage also go lesser, that is 75.88%. Also it is very true that whatever we get the calculated value or calculated mass of any product is not always same with the actual product. We cannot get 100% percentage 100% of the yield of any product. Okay, it always go 90%, 80%, 75%, and it also depends on the regularities of the chemical reaction, how you are doing. If you are doing with a good method, less steps method, with good sophisticated machines, instruments, and good quality of the reactant use, and the good process or method you are applying to get the product, then the percentage yield of that product will get very good, about 90-95%. And if there is any irregularities come in these things, whatever I've explained you now, then the percentage goes lower and lower. Okay, so here in this question we have got the percentage yield of calcium chloride 75.88%. So that was about your homework questions. Just revise it and try to do with the simplest method. You can solve these questions with different methods also. You can use one and other method also to solve this question, but the simplest process I have just discussed with you now. So try to use simplest method. It will save you time during the examination. Thank you everyone.